Hello, my name is Gully and this is The Know. Here are today's top stories. 4 US law enforcement officers have been killed in a shooting in North Carolina. King Charles has conducted his first public engagement since a cancer diagnosis. The SNP has begun a search for a new First Minister, and a boy has died following a stabbing in Hainault. Keep watching to find out more. 3 US Marshals and a police officer were killed in a shootout, with another 4 injured while they were attempting to serve a warrant in Charlotte, North Carolina. At around 1:30 p.m. local time on Monday, the US Marshals Task Force attempted to serve a warrant to a person for being a felon in possession of a gun. As the officers approached the barricaded property, one of the suspects fired at them. He was later identified as Terry Hughes Jr. The officers called for backup and returned fire. In the ensuing gunfire, Mr. Hughes was shot and later pronounced dead in front of his home. As the armed officers moved forward towards the house, more gunfire erupted, this time from inside the residence. The standoff lasted for 3 hours and only ended after police smashed through the home using an armoured vehicle, bulldozing through the window and door. 2 individuals were arrested inside the property, a woman and a 17-year-old boy. It is believed at least one of them shot at the officers. An emotional mayor of Charlotte, Vi Lyles, gave a statement to the press on Monday afternoon, confirming 3 officers had been killed.
We've lost 3 people. They lost their lives after they gave us the opportunity to be in a safe place, and they lost their lives. These are people that care deeply about what they've done for a profession, and now today we have to say to them how much we are grateful for what they have done. We won't know very much about what happened until their investigation is done.
Later on Monday night, it was reported that another officer had succumbed to their injuries and had passed away, bringing the total to 4, in one of the deadliest assaults on US enforcement in recent years. King Charles has been announced as the new patron of cancer research, as he conducted his first public engagement since he was diagnosed with an unspecified cancer back in February. This is the monarch's first public engagement aside from being seen attending the Easter Sunday's church service. Charles was advised by his doctors to decrease the public-facing engagement for a short period of time as he was being treated for cancer. His doctors allowed him to still conduct his weekly meetings with Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and other duties from Buckingham Palace. In a statement released on Friday, Buckingham Palace said, "His Majesty the King will shortly return to public-facing duties after a period of treatment and recuperation following his recent cancer diagnosis." To help mark this milestone, the King and Queen will make a joint visit to a cancer treatment centre next Tuesday, where they will meet medical specialists and patients. King Charles's attendance for forthcoming events will be confirmed nearer to the time, subject to his doctor's approval. Summer is usually a very busy period for the royal family, with official engagements such as the Trooping of the Colour, Royal Ascot and Garter Day. The SNP have begun looking for a new party leader after Hamza Yaf resigned as Scotland's First Minister on Monday. The Scottish National Party are currently in a minority government and are seeking to elect a new leader that would help them navigate through the turmoil the party has been in since last week. Among the favourites to lead the SNP are John Sweeney, who joined the SNP when he was 15 years old, and Kate Forbes, former Finance Secretary, who ran a close leadership race against Hamza Yaf a little over a year ago. Backing John Sweeney as the new leader, SNP's Westminster leader Stephen Flynn said, "These are serious times, and serious times demand serious politics and serious people. I think the public would be reassured by his presence. I think the public would be reassured by his presence. I think the party would be united by his presence, and I think that can only be a good thing for Scotland as a whole." The SNP is in turmoil after a political gamble by Hamza Yaf backfired. Hamza collapsed the partnership deal with the Scottish Green Party, called the Butte House Agreement, hoping for a less formal agreement between the 2 parties. The collapse triggered the Scottish Conservatives to table a motion of no confidence in Hamza Yaf and his minority government. The Scottish Green Party announced on the 25th of April that they would be supporting the motion.
Today, the First Minister decided to tear up that agreement to end the Butte House Agreement. And so we no longer have confidence in a progressive government in Scotland doing the right thing for climate and nature. So the Scottish Green MSPs will not be supporting Hamza Yaf in a vote of no confidence.
On Monday afternoon, as the no confidence vote loomed, Hamza Yaf announced his resignation after failing to secure backing from the Greens or other smaller parties.
After spending the weekend reflecting on what is best for my party, for the government and for the country I lead, I've concluded that repairing our relationship across the political divide can only be done with someone else at the helm. I have therefore informed the SNP's National Secretary of my intention to stand down as party leader and ask that she commences a leadership contest for my replacement as soon as possible.
And finally, a boy has died following a knife attack in East London. Police swarmed Hainault tube station after reports of a man armed with a sword stabbing people. Horrifying video footage shows a man crouching around residential homes holding the weapon. Emergency services can be seen in the footage and people can be heard shouting "stop." The suspect attacked 5 people, including members of the public, as well as 2 police officers. A 36-year-old man has been arrested and is in police custody. The police gave this update.
He was taken to hospital after being stabbed and sadly died a short while after. The child's family are being supported, firstly by my local officers and now with some specialist officers, and everyone across the Met is keeping them in our thoughts at this unimaginably difficult time.
Labour MP for Ilford North, Wes Streeting, tweeted, "I want to thank the emergency services for their response to the horrific incident in my constituency this morning, particularly the heroic Metropolitan Police officers who put themselves in harm's way to protect others. They are the best of us." Thanks for watching The Know. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to The Mirror for more daily news updates.